Hi everyone, so in this video it's going to be my evening routine. As you can see, I'm just getting home from work. I was on the late this evening, so I finished around 8 o'clock. Just going to say a quick hello to Joe as I've not seen him all day. I'm going to then put our tea in the oven. As you can see, Joe had already made it. We had shepherd's pie. I'm just putting it in the oven to cook and heat up, and this was very yummy. I'm now going to jump in the shower as I was feeling very gross and sweaty, TMI, but I'm going to be using the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner and just a Morrison's grapefruit shower gel. Now putting my fluffy socks on to get all cozy for the evening, and I'm now feeling all fresh and clean, and these are very fluffy. I think I got them from B&M if you wanted to know. I'm now just going to make me and Joe some brews, so I just have a tea and I make Joe a coffee. If anyone is interested how I have my tea, I have it with milk and 2 sugars. And Joe has Joe has coffee, but he just has black. And sorry for the kettle does not flicker like that. It's just how it looks on camera. It is just a steady blue. And the mugs are from Primark, and the tea, coffee and sugar canisters are from B&M, which we got a few days ago. So now I am just waiting for the kettle to boil to make our teas and coffees. And as you can see, I'm a big Disney fan. My other Mickey and Minnie mugs on our mug tray, which is from the range, and also the matching egg house, which is also from the range. As you can see, my tea is very milky. I don't have it this milky, it's just when I poured the milk in, it just came out a bit too quickly, let's say. So I did have to have Joe sip a little bit out of the mug to let me be able to actually put anything else in and also carry it, because it was full to the brim, but it was in fact a very nice cup of tea. So I'm just about to start grating some cheese to top our shepherd's pie with. I'm just grating as much as I think we will need. Great. And yeah, so if you've never had shepherd's pie before, top it with cheese and it's just so much nicer. So just check and see if I've got enough. Obviously, no, I haven't, so I decided to grate a little bit more and made sure that everything was nearly ready. So I'm just going to check that the shepherd's pie is warm. So I'm just taking it out of the oven just to put the cheese on top. The dish was very warm and I struggled to take the lid off. So as you can see, it was piping hot, But yeah, so I'm just gonna put the cheese on top and make it very cheesy. I wasn't actually going to put all the cheese on, but after I put a bit on, there wasn't actually too much left, so I just decided to chuck it all on, but there wasn't actually that much cheese. It just looks like there's a lot of cheese. But me and Joe, if you don't know us, we both really, really, really like cheese. So now we're going to put it back without the lid on just to make the cheese melt. So just coming in the lounge and putting my tea on the arm of the chair, and then getting the lighter and just lighting all of our candles just to make it feel really nice and cozy. This is a tropical, I think, wax burner, which does smell very nice. Just trying to run this one out because it's nearly done. And then I put some new little votive candles in our tea light holders, so I just thought I would burn them as well to get them started. And yeah, so just making everywhere nice and cozy. Also going to just light, so just having a bit of a chill on the sofa before our tea. And yes, that is a little bit of a big elephant on the back of the chair. But yeah, so then we're going to start making, putting our tea out. And yeah, so just getting all the bowls ready, getting my spoon. I did try and do half and half. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, so I did want to try and make it neat and nice, but it just kind of fell off the spoon. And I'm just trying to get the glove to hold the bowl with so I don't burn myself, because as you can tell, it is very hot as it's just come out of the oven. But yeah, so just trying to portion it out equally, even though I usually tend to give Joe a little bit more as I don't eat that much. But as you can see, it's very hot, but it was in fact very, very yummy. And yes, that did happen. It is quite an old spoon, so every now and then it will just snap off, but you can just put it back together and it's all good. But yes, just plating it all up, making sure we've both got enough really, and yes, just plating it all up, ready to eat. Whenever we have shepherd's pie, I always like having some sliced beetroot. This is just one that I got from Home Bargains a while ago, and to be fair, it is quite tasty. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit to get it off the fork. Joe is just watching the football, but we really only watch some stuff on Disney Plus whilst we are having tea, as we just like having something nice and easy to watch whilst we're eating, so we don't really have to think of anything. We can just chill and enjoy our food. So, yes, I do like some bread and butter with shepherd's pie. Weird thing, I know, but try it, it's really good. And then after we finish tea, we just like to do the washing up, so it's all done for the next morning, and we just like to make sure everything's nice and clean and tidy before we go to bed, so then when we wake up in the morning, everything is done and fresh and clean, which makes life a hell of a lot easier. So after we have done all the dishes and washed up and put away, I just like to pour a couple of cupfuls of Zaflora in the bowl. The Zaflora I was using was in Bouquet, which smells beautiful. But yeah, I will just put a couple of cupfuls of the Zaflora in the bowl. And as you can see, I'm just giving some stuff to Joe to put in the cupboard and waiting for the kettle to boil, as I like to dilute the flour with boiling hot water. If I'm just doing a freshen up in the evening, I won't use all my sponges and cloths. I'll literally just use a kitchen minky and a blue microfiber cloth. So once I've boiled the kettle and poured it in, I will then refill the kettle just to make sure it's all ready for our tea and coffee at night, because I always like to go to bed with a tea. It just makes me feel really cozy. So I'm just adding some cold water in just to make sure that the water's not too hot for me to handle. And then just going to use the Dettol in pomegranate and lime splash, I think it's called, just to spray over the sides, just to make it smell all nice and clean. Just moving everything across just to be able to get everywhere. So just using the kitchen minky, I'm just gonna wring it out from the water and just wipe over the side, making sure there's no marks or dirt on there, just to make sure everything's nice and clean, and to make sure everything smells nice. And once again, just moving stuff over just to make sure I can clean and get everywhere that I can, so it's all sorted for the next morning. I'm then going to just go in with the microfiber cloth just to go over all the sides again just to make sure everything's nice and fresh, and also just because the cloth hasn't had any of the Dettol on it, so it just makes sure everything's nice and clean and disinfected. And I can't believe how many times I've said clean in this video, but you know that I love cleaning and making sure I have a nice, tidy, lovely smelling house. So after I've cleaned all the kitchen and everywhere is fresh, I then like to put all the cloth in some diluted Sephora. I have cleaned all the kitchen, I just didn't film it all because I didn't think you all needed to see that. But I like to have a bowl of diluted Sephora with all the cloths in, ready for the next day. Because on a day off I do like to have a freshen up of the house. And then have the Febreze, Lily and Breeze air freshener just to make the house smell nice. And yes, that is all the stuff that we filmed in the video on Thursday, which I really hope you enjoyed. And then, yeah, so just go in over every room with the Febreze. And then I am going to go in this new cabinet that we got from B&M, and we don't always have a drink, like we're not big drinkers, but when we have a day off, the day after, instead of having to work, we do have a little drink before bed. Not all the time, it's just if we fancy it. So I'm just going to have a gin, and Joe has had the Dead Man's Finger rum, which was the passion fruit one, and the gin I was using was the Asda's raspberry and rose gin. And if you haven't tried this and you like gin, I would highly recommend, because it's very, very nice. More if you like a sweet gin, and it's actually a gin liqueur, so it's not mega strong. And especially if you like gin with lemonade, it is beautiful, and it gives a really nice shimmer because it's got like some stuff at the bottom that makes it, when you shake it, it gives it a nice shimmer. So Joe's just opening the rum for me to make his drink, and I think my mum got it in for Christmas because he wanted to try one, and my mum just thought it might be a nice idea for him to have like a little set. So I think it was like 4 or 5 miniature bottles, so we could try each one. So I'm just going to go in with the Schweppes Diet Lemonade for my gin, and then Joe has his rum with Coke. So once I poured both of our drinks, I then asked Joe to make our brews, and then we will go up to bed. So I will just get upstairs into the bedroom, turn on my bedside lamp and get the bed ready to get into. I will then go into the bathroom, and I'm using the Colgate Max White toothpaste, if you wanted to know, and I will just brush my teeth before getting into bed. As you can tell, and obviously no, I did have a shower, so my hair was still wet from that earlier on. And once I brush my teeth, I will go back into the bedroom and get into bed. I tend to watch some YouTube whilst I'm in bed before I go to sleep, as this is just a way of letting myself settle down and get cozy. And I will literally just put YouTube on and watch some YouTube or whatever I feel like in bed. And yeah, so that is all that I do. And I didn't know whether I could put someone else's video in, so I did pause it just so I didn't get in trouble or anything like that. But yeah, so I will just put some YouTube on and chill before going to sleep. We do have a tea and coffee every night, but if we're off the next day, we will have a little drink together. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!